Hello and welcome to this edition of Eat Right with Rouses. I'm your host, Keith Whiteside. Thanks so much for joining us, however you may be joining us. We appreciate it as we welcome in our favorite dietitian, April Sins. Hello, April.
Hi, Keith. How are you today?
I am wonderful. Thank you very, very much. And so much more research is going into our nutrition and how it affects so many different medical issues. Diabetes is
Yeah,
probably one of the biggest ones. So tell us a little bit about what we're going to talk about here with Diabetes Awareness Month.
certainly. So, November is National Diabetes Awareness Month. And as you know, living here in South Louisiana, it's very prevalent with diabetes.
Mhm.
And so, it is important that whether we are taking care of ourselves, maybe family members, maybe even friends, to try and help navigate through diabetes awareness. And so, one thing that we can do as far as having a healthy pattern of eating is incorporate some really nutritious foods into our baskets. So,
Right.
whenever you go shopping at Rouse's, I got some ideas for you.
Oh, fantastic. I always need more
Yeah.
ideas.
Absolutely. So that's what I love is to create some actionable things, not just kind of talk about in general, but maybe some actionable things that we can add to our basket. So one thing is on the list, and this is actually off of the American Diabetes Association website, which is diabetes.org. You can find this list as well, but is beans. So whether you are choosing white beans, red beans, black beans, pintos, any kind, they are all a source of fiber. And yes, they do contain carbohydrates, but carbohydrates can be a part of a balanced plate, right? But in addition to that, beans also have protein. And so they can also count as part of your protein serving as well. So it can be great for the budget as well. Another thing too in the line of beans is it is okay to use canned beans. I actually love to use canned beans as a really simple addition to be able to add some more fiber to a dish, also make it more filling. You can add it to soups, you can add it to salads, but you can wash them to remove some of the sodium that's in there. And studies actually show that it does remove around 40% of the sodium that's in there.
Hmm.
So you can do that.
Right.
Another thing is going to be the second items are green leafy vegetables. So whether it's spinach, kale, any of those greens, collard greens, even, those are very rich in vitamins and minerals. So feel free to take some of those greens, add them into your dishes, create different salads, but they are a part of a nice, balanced, nutritious meal. Another thing is going to be citrus, and this is a great time of year to
Mm.
get citrus.
Hmm.
This sort of wintry time, we have a lot more varieties of citrus that are going to be coming available. And so you could get some great different kinds. You can get different types of oranges and different types of grapefruits and lemons and limes and things. So any of those, they do help give you your vitamin C, which is great for us, and they're very nutritious. And if you eat the whole fruit, you're going to get the inside of the fruit. You don't have to eat the peeling.
Okay,
But
thanks.
if you eat the if you eat the whole fruit, you are going to get some of that fiber in there, which is
Right.
also good for our nutrition.
Right.
Another thing too, I love to talk about berries, and it
Okay.
doesn't matter which kind of berries. I have blueberries
Blueberries.
right
Mm.
here. You can include strawberries, blackberries, raspberries, any kind of berries. They are a source of antioxidants. They also have fiber, and a lot of people don't realize they also have vitamin C in there as well.
Hmm.
So berries are great to add as part of. I mean, I love them. They're pretty easy to add at breakfast. You can
Hmm.
add them into your yogurt, your oatmeal,
Smoothie.
or just have them as a side. Add them in a smoothie. I love that,
Hmm.
especially for a breakfast on the go.
Hmm.
Another item is I have right here a really beautiful piece of salmon.
Mm.
And so fish is going to be your next item. And now the fatty fish, such as salmon and mackerel, those actually are high in omega 3 fatty acids. Omega 3 fatty acids are being studied for all sorts of benefits, including heart health and brain benefits as well. And so those fats that are in those fatty fish, those are considered the good fat. And so you want to eat more of those lean. And if you eat regular meat, you want to look for the lean cuts like beef and turkey. You want to look for those leaner cuts. But then whenever you eat fish, if you get the fatty fish, that's okay. But what you want to do is when you cook it, make sure you're not cooking it in the breading and and frying it. You could use your air fryer, use less breading, and use a low sodium seasoning. It's a
Yep.
great option.
Yep.
And then tomatoes is another option
Yep.
as well, which are also high in vitamin C. And then I have right here nuts. So I have one of my favorites is the Rouse's cashews right here.
Hmm.
But a small amount of nuts is also great. It gives you some fiber, some protein, and those good fats in there as well. And last but not least, I have dairy. And right here, included in the dairy category, is some yogurt. So that's also part of a great plate that you can make. So here are just some examples of things
Hmm.
that you can add to your basket when you shop at Rouse's.
And those basket ingredients, some of those like tomatoes and blueberries, you want to make sure that you're eating the skins of those because a lot of the
Yeah.
protein is in the skins there, I've read. And so making sure you're
Well,
eating all of
it's a
it.
lot of the fiber. A
Right,
lot of the
right,
fibers in there.
right.
Yeah, yeah,
And so making sure
definitely.
that you're having that. And again, that's
Mhm.
improving that diabetic diet. But quite frankly, we should all consider being on that ADA recommended diet. It is so
Oh,
much
yeah.
better for all of us to be able to do that.
Very
So
nutritious.
exactly. So great recommendations as always. We're going to change what our basket looks like next time we walk through Rouse's. So April, thanks. We appreciate it.
Sounds great. Thank you so much, Keith.
All right. And that'll do it for this particular segment of Eat Right with Rouse's. Don't go anywhere. A whole lot more local programming right here on HTV.